I've waited a long time to make this particular video and was actually thinking about creating a book, which I still might, because in this video, I'm just going to provide you with the basics of how you can use a wood stringer that you can lay out to use as a pattern and a guide to calculate the location of the metal components you're going to need to build the floating staircase. And for those of you who can wrap your mind around what I'm doing here, you're probably not going to need the book. And for those of you who want some more information about this, feel free to let me know in the comment area, because I'm not 100% sure I'm going to do a book on this, because I wouldn't be able to provide anybody with the structural engineering on it. And you can take your tread sizes and lay them out individually on the stair stringer, and then either grab the support beam you're going to use, whether it's going to be wood or metal, and then position it where you want it. Now, you don't need to have it tight up against the treads like I have it here. And if it's going to create a problem, then you might be able to raise it, but for sure you're going to be able to lower it. It's just if you lower it, you might be using more materials. For example, you're going to need more metal to build the brackets here. So not too difficult. You can see where I spaced out these stair treads evenly. And I'm not suggesting you need to do this at all, because you're going to be able to use your pattern as the guide to make all of the necessary cuts you need to build this stairway. And again, I will not be able to provide you with any structural engineering advice, any beam sizes, metal bracket sizes, or tread dimensions, or even structural connections that you're going to need at the bottom of the stairway. Maybe a thicker concrete footing with some heavy-duty anchor bolts, or some type of a structural post to connect the top to. However, you can probably get those by examining some other stairs that have been sold or that are currently being sold on the internet. And I will try to put some of those in the product area. And I think that's usually going to be in one of the corners. You'll just see products. Click on that. And one of the reasons I have the beam up against the back of the tread is to provide a little more structural support to prevent it from moving. And then, of course, you're going to have a bracket like this. And you'll just simply slide that into place, measure what you need so that you can weld the bracket onto the stringer. And of course, we're not going to weld it like this. We're going to position both of these in the center of the stairway. So let's go ahead and reposition everything so that you can see what the stairway looks like when all the components are cut and welded together. So again, center of the stairway, and the brackets are welded on. And then you can go ahead and bolt the treads to the brackets. And I don't know if carriage bolts would be the answer there, or if you would use lag bolts. And don't forget to look at this as something like a conceptual roadmap, not a guaranteed build plan. Because again, I'm not an engineer, so before you build anything like this, I would suggest taking these ideas to your local building department to make sure they pass code in your town. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, let us know by hitting the thumbs up button or letting us know in the comment area.